So you want to start a company that gives away a supercar. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky here with TechBud Solutions. I really hope that you guys learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we're today. I don't normally upload videos like this, but we get asked all the time of what it takes to start a supercar giveaway company. We've given away one supercar, Nissan GTR, or at least it was Nissan GTR or $50,000. They ended up choosing the money, but now we're running our second one, and that's a BMW M4, tuned and everything, right, or $50,000 cash. I thought I'd break it down for you, right? I'm not one of the huge or big companies that are giving away supercars in like 20 or 30 days, but I just wanted to share some things that I learned throughout the process of giving away a car, just in case you wanted to start this, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, right? So I wrote 6 things down. Again, I really hope that you learned something new. So one of the first things that I want to talk about is right off the bat, something that I was not aware of is you see a lot of different influencers, or normally influencers, because if it's a company, they know that they have to get licensed and bonded. A lot of influencers, when they start some form of giveaway, if the product or prize itself is over $3,500, it's actually illegal if you do not get licensed and bonded, right? And it's, if anything, more fair when you're entering a giveaway to ensure that it is licensed and bonded, to make sure that it's fair, kind of just like I would say chances for everyone that is entering. So if you get licensed and bonded, you have to get licensed and bonded in every single state, and normally a sweepstakes company will take care of this. Let me go ahead and just share this very, very quickly. So again, you can Google search third-party sweepstakes company. We're licensed and bonded for the giveaways that we do at shoptechbuds.com. You could go all the way to the bottom, and it should be able to talk about who is doing the license and bonding and all that good stuff, right? So you can click on the giveaway rules, all that good stuff, and you should be able to understand. So the whole point of this company that gets you licensed and bonded is they take care of all of the rules. So the sweepstakes company that we use is actually one of these. I mean, we are not necessarily, like, this isn't a sponsored post for them, so I don't care to talk about them. But the whole point of them is to make it fair for everyone that is entering. So you do have to pay them. And let me explain it. I mean, it sounds very simple, right? Not only do you have to pay them 5 figures for 4 to 5 figures, depending on what how big your giveaway is, right? Sometimes it could be even more. And that's just to establish the giveaway as a legit giveaway by being licensed and bonded. Now, what exactly does this mean? Well, it means that you're licensed in every single state, and you're bonded within every single state that you're running, or continent, right? That you're, or country that you're running this giveaway in, right? And the reason that this is so important is that, let's say that something happens to me, but you enter my giveaway. The whole point of being licensed and bonded is that this giveaway company is asking for some form of collateral to make sure that if you enter, and that, let's say, I end up passing away, again, an extreme example, that you still get taken care of for the giveaway and based off of the giveaway rules, right? So if this was going to last 45 days, there's 5 days left, but I ended up deciding to, like, let's say I decided to leave. Well, because I'm licensed and bonded, they at least have some form of collateral that will cover whatever the prize was supposed to be. So for me, let's use this one as an example, right? We can head on over to shoptechbuds.com, and we're giving away a BMW M4 or $50,000 cash. So the whole point of the giveaway company is that they are actually supposed to collect a specific dollar amount, so, or 50,000, right? So $50,000. And also, if you don't own the car outright, right? So you could show them the title, and then they can do it that way. They can sometimes ask for the full dollar value of the actual vehicle, which means not only do you have to give them $50,000, but now you also have to give them the value of the actual vehicle itself. And especially if you're financing the vehicle and you don't own it outright, then you definitely have to, give them whatever the dollar value is for that vehicle, to make sure that if the winner ends up winning the car, right, and they want to redeem it, that you can't be like, no, I don't want to actually give it to you anymore. It just makes it super legit that regardless of what the company wants to do after the giveaway, that you are taken care of. And that's why being licensed and bonded is so important. But it's very expensive, because you have to think about it. Now, even before you even run the giveaway, let's say that, like, when we ran the GTR, right? GTR is an 80,000 plus vehicle. So then there's the $80,000 value, and if you don't own it outright, you have to give them $80,000 and then it's or the $50,000 and or 50,000, right? So then you have to give them 50,000. Now you're out 80 to $130,000 and you haven't even started the giveaway. Now, being licensed and bonded, I want to remind you that you also have to pay the sweepstakes company a couple $1,000s, and sometimes it can go into the high five figures of what you have to pay them. And that is just even before the giveaway starts. Again, something I was not aware of, but I think is very, very important. When you enter a giveaway, just like ours is, this is why it's so important to be licensed and bonded, because it makes it legit and it makes sure that the winner is taken care of regardless of what the host company wants to do. Okay. So now the second part that I want to talk about is we don't personally drop ship any of the products that we offer on our site. So if you go on our site very, very quickly, I want to show you this. The option for a lot of people is they're like, okay, well, maybe I'll just drop ship everything, which means that like you don't actually carry any of the inventory. So any of the mystery boxes, the sticker packs, any of the t-shirts. The idea with drop shipping would be is that they make the difference based off of their markup. So like, let's say that they get this hat through Printful for like, $20, and then you buy it for $30. So they make a difference of 10 minus their fees, and then that's how they make their money. So can you drop ship and run a sweepstakes company or a giveaway company? I'm sure you possibly can. It just really is going to slim down your margins, right? And that's just something to take into consideration. So personally for us, we hold all of our inventory in-house, all of our products, and we build products and apparel around the actual vehicle, right? So like obviously this giveaway, it's a BMW M4, right? So therefore a lot of our products are around the BMW theme, but not all of them, right? We want to make sure that we provide a variety of things because my following doesn't necessarily have to do with BMW. But let's say you don't have a following, then you can kind of decide we could do some BMW and then maybe sprinkle some extra stuff just in case they don't care that much about wearing BMW apparel or products. So again, something to take into consideration. So we personally carry over $150,000 worth of apparel in-house that we have in preparation before we actually start the giveaway. So again, something that I was not aware of. We now carry more inventory because obviously there's more demand, but more inventory than we ever have before. And this stuff is not free, right? So it costs a lot of money to not only, make these things, but also to carry the inventory and then have the employees to run everything. So, obviously you want to work with designs and or designers, making sure that it meets your needs for what it is that you're going to be providing for that product. And then obviously with your manufacturers, right? Different manufacturers offer different products or different rates, but then also your turnover time of how quickly they can, let's say that you sell out of something and you weren't expecting that, how quickly can they bring you back up to stock? Something to take into consideration, and what's that value worth to you, right? So, yeah. So, and then ensuring that all the products meet your standard for the ROI of what you expect. So like if you have a standard of, I don't want to sell anything that we don't make over, 20% on or whatever it is, right? We have to have at least 20% margins. So making sure that your ROI basis is covered, and then also making sure that you understand how much you can carry based off of cost of goods, right? Like, if you have $200,000 to work with and you're running a sweepstakes company and then you have to get licensed and bonded, well, that's nearly $100,000 out the door. Now you have $100,000 to work with. Cost of goods are one thing, but then part 3 is marketing. Marketing for both organic and paid traffic, establishing a budget on what your cost per acquisition is and your marketing budget for the giveaway, overall giveaway, and then slash per day. So being able to market on platforms like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Google, Pinterest, etc., stuff like that, right? So the idea behind that is not only do you, again, have to get licensed and bonded, not only do you have to carry the inventory if you choose to go that route other than drop shipping, but now you have to create a marketing plan and a marketing budget on, okay, well, how much do I want to spend on ads, especially if you don't have a following. Now, majority of, if not all, of your demand is going to come from marketing itself. Marketing is not free, right? And especially during Q4, of any year, right? So this is what we're entering right now. Prices begin to go up because then demand begins to go up for all the people that are competing with one another to try to get in front of you, right? So then it becomes very expensive. Your cost per acquisition begins to go up, and then you begin to ask yourself, holy moly, is this actually worth it, right? Because it begins to really slim down your margins. So again, something to take into consideration. I know companies that have budgets of spending over $10,000 on ads per day. We're nowhere close to that. But even if you do $100 a day, think about it. $100 a day might not sound like too much, but it's still $3,000 a month, right? Because it's every single day. And then if you run it for, let's say, however long this giveaway is, if it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, then that's an additional $3,000, $6,000, or $9,000. If your budget's $1,000 per day, now that's $30,000 per month, right? So that's either $30,000, $60,000, or $90,000, and that's just for your marketing budget to present your product and your giveaway to other people. Something to take into consideration. So one thing that I had no idea of, and again, this is why I wanted to share this with you. Before you start a sweepstakes company, one of the main reasons that you possibly don't want to go with the idea of drop shipping is payment processors are such a huge issue with a lot of giveaway companies. So fortunately for us, a lot of my I would say demand doesn't necessarily come from ads. It comes from my following, right? So my following knows exactly what I do. I mean, they understand that, like, I've always been into cars, so my following always is car related somewhat. But payment processors can drop you, which means that they don't want to work with you if your refund rate or your chargeback rate is too high. Something to take into consideration. So if you drop ship a lot of stuff and you don't carry any of the inventory, a lot of giveaway companies try to sell PNGs of things that you can download just so they can, because it doesn't cost them anything to sell a PNG. Let's say it's like an NFT, and you end up not winning the giveaway, right? And then you can charge back that because you didn't receive anything. It's just like, if you tried to offer products or services that are not going to cost you a lot, that just make it easier for other people to enter, and then they receive nothing, and or the quality of what they receive is not up to their standard, then you can begin to really build up with these chargebacks. And this is why I always, when I promote my giveaways for the BMW or even the GTR, I always like, yeah, feel free to enter, right? But please do not buy something that you're not actually going to wear, right? My following has a lot to do with like trading. So we sell trading mouse pads, trading apparel, and trading accessories as well. So if you've ever wanted to buy anything, now it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. It's like, now you can buy something and still get entered for the Supercar giveaway, right? And I think that's the really nice thing about it, is that you want to present things that they might actually use, rather than, hey, buy a PNG that you're never going to use and you're just buying just to get entries for the giveaway. Do you get what I mean? So I would say the more sketchy you try to be with just selling things just so people can enter and they don't get anything, the more likely they are going to be to charge back, and then obviously not put you in a good position with those payment processors. And once they drop you, then all the other ones can easily begin to drop you because of your chargeback rate. And at that point, then you can't collect payment, and then you can't run a giveaway. And if you're doing this while you're running a giveaway, it's probably just not going to be the best experience, because you have to stick within the timeline. That's also something to take into consideration. Once you are licensed and bonded, the specific rules that you come up with and the timeline all has to be set ahead of time. So if you give yourself 45 days, but then your ad account goes down, if you give yourself 45 days, but then your payment processor goes down, you still only have 45 days. The sweepstakes company does not care about any internal issues that you are having. Also something to take into consideration. Can you tolerate taking a complete loss on what you're about to do? Again, it's daunting when you think about it that way. One of the things that has been most important is, again, setting up for the winner and making the experience one to remember. It sounds super corny, but at least in my experience, the winner, if they choose the car or the $50,000, has always been the biggest winner, in the sense of, like, I mean, I don't run a super big giveaway company, right? So like our margins are very, very small, and the person who wins, if they choose $50,000 or the supercar, they end up winning more than my actual company, at least me as an individual, right? And I want to make sure, because when you really think about it, this is probably a life-changing experience for this individual. So you just want to make sure that you do your part in making it just that, right? A life-changing experience. So the way that we do the way that we did the GTR giveaway is we went to my hangar, which I already had because I had my plane there, and we set it up all there. I brought all of my really close friends that I know that would be very excited for the winner. We flew the winner in a jet to Arizona. We picked him up in our G-Wagon. Our team took him around. We brought him for the big surprise, the big finale, and then I spent some personal time. Normally, the people that are entering my giveaway are people that are somewhat, have been watching me and or has been a fan of me or something like that. They've watched my videos. So there's some form of connection that we have, right? So at least for our first giveaway winner, it was such an experience where, when people ask, when you really break down the numbers, at least in my experience, it doesn't really make sense for a business profitability wise, at least the way that we've experienced it, to run this, right? We're not super big. We don't have a super large ad budget. I fund everything myself. And the biggest winner is always the person who wins. But man, like that experience of Gerardo, who ended up choosing the $50,000, to see how life-changing it was for him, to hear his story, how he just had a kid, to hear a story about how his car just like stopped working, and then now he just got gifted $50,000. To me and our team, first off, it keeps us all busy. It's very exciting, very stressful, but also very exciting while we're running the giveaway. But then to have that be kind of like the grand finale, it's just a really, really unique experience, to say the least. And that's what we want to treat it as, right? And we want to make sure that we do our part, and hopefully you can do your part, that if you choose to host a giveaway company, that you're not just like, here's the car, congrats, that you make it and treat it as just that, and that's a life-changing experience. So the last thing and last tip that I want to give you is the first giveaway often is expected to be a learning experience, which means that you're expected to most likely take a loss, especially if you don't have a social media following. You might have a lot of money, and hopefully, if you plan to start one, at least in my experience, it's what is needed. My team learned so much in just the first giveaway, and probably more than we learned in maybe a full year or maybe even 2 years of running an e-commerce store. And for me, that was worth it, right? Regardless if it made any money or not, that learning experience, not just for myself, but everyone that's part of my team, it really pushed us to do better and to try to do better in specific areas that we were lacking. And we're still working on improving and trying to improve in all these different areas. So just want to set proper expectations, and hopefully maybe you can follow up with me if you choose to host one. Don't start asking me a bunch of questions, but I would love to, see how it is that you do, and you can feel free to let me know about your experience. But it's busy, it is stressful because you have a timeline that you must abide by according to your rules that you set up with that sweepstakes company. But boy, man, it's enjoyable. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Again, we are hosting our giveaway company, so if you don't want to host your own but you want to enter to win, we are giving away, actually right now we're giving away 2 cars. So this is a BMW 328i. Today is the last day to enter for that. The winner's going to be selected tomorrow on Monday, so you can buy anything. And the way that it works is every $1 that you spend on the store equals 5 entries. So we have, for those that are unaware, it's a software that tracks every order and that sends that information over to the sweepstakes company. So every $1 you spend equals 5 entries. So let's say you buy a $15 sticker pack, that will earn you 75 entries. We do have this mystery box. That's our biggest bang for your buck. And it comes with the most products, again, biggest bang for your buck, and also comes with 1,000 bonus entries. So that is the mystery box, and that will get you entered, of course, for both giveaways. But the winner for the BMW is going to be selected tomorrow, which is November 6th. So that's at shoptechbuds.com or the 4th link in the description down below. So I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down in the comment section. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.